work in the first pose. So the first pose is actually seated butterfly. So we're gonna bring the soles of our feet together. For here, you can have the pillows, blocks, blankets, whatever you want piled up to support your knees. All right, so it's not a real intensive, but the soles of the feet together, our knees fall out. And we'll just sit here like this. All right, your hands could be on your knees, they could be in your lap. You can put them in prayer position, whichever works for you right now. Just closing your eyes and noticing where your breath lands as you inhale. And by that I mean when you inhale and you trace it, are you tracing it only to the top of your chest? Or is it going all the way down to the belly? Not that the oxygen goes down there, but where is your breath flowing as you inhale? Just notice that. And then begin to deepen your breath, feeling the belly expanding out. Maybe you have to force it out a little bit as you inhale. That's okay. And as you exhale, it compresses in. But keep taking those deep inhales, allowing the belly to expand out. Again, that deep breath in, that deep breath into the belly kind of massages those organs in there by bringing that out up against your skin. At the same time, by taking the belly out and expanding a little bit more, it's opening that connective tissue right in your hip area a little bit more because you're putting out the belly. You're moving the body in a direction that it's just, well, could be used to, but you're not normally sitting in a butterfly pose this whole time. Just allow your breath to go back to its natural state. And notice how your hips are feeling. If there is any pain, please back out. A little discomfort, allow it. Allow it to be there. Breathe through it. That discomfort is the fascia, as it was most likely a little sticky, maybe a little hard, because you're not in this position often, you're not opening the hips often. So it's just trying to warm up, trying to stress, as they call it. And that all it is once it warms up, it opens up for us. And then it allows that energy to flow through, which maybe the energy has been sticking. You know, the front of our hips is, you know, if we have hip pains, it's really has to do with not wanting to move forward. And I'm not talking extreme hip pain, I'm talking discomfort. I get discomfort a lot in my hips. And I have to take a look at it. What am I not wanting to move forward with? You know, if it's behind you, it's from the past, so the back of the hips, you know, that's our past. And sometimes there's discomfort because there's stuff we're holding on from our past. So we just let it go. It's not serving us today. It's not in the here and now. And if you're like me and you sit all day, the hips get stiff as it is anyway. So we have to do a little bit of opening. We'll bring our hands to prayer position in front of our heart. Set any intention that you would like to bring to your practice tonight. In the center of your palms, if you'd like to send out a blessing to any particular person, to the world, to any blessing that you'd love to set there. And you can set multiple blessings. And we'll send out that blessing with one Om. If you care to join in, full breath in. Releasing your hands, slowly opening your eyes. We'll hold this just a few seconds more. And then what we're going to do is take our left hand to our right knee and our right hand behind us, keeping our legs where they are. So we're just giving ourselves a little gentle twist. Don't yank into this pose. Just gently. Left hand to the left knee, to the shin, wherever it reaches. Right hand behind us, off to the side. You can gaze over that right shoulder. And I do know that opening up the hips, moving the hips is really also engaging some heat. And I do apologize, but I was just told hips tonight. And the whole pose, the whole class is about hips. We need to get them open first before we can move forward. All right, let's inhale ourselves back to center. And on your next exhale, right hand to left knee or shin, wherever it goes. Left hand off to the side or behind you. Remember to take some nice deep breaths in while you're in this twist. Gets another angle of massaging those organs. As we inhale, we'll come back to center. And we'll slowly bring our knees up. We can take our hands behind us. We'll lean back into our hands and then just windshield wiper the knees side to side. Just gently seeing how your body's feeling. Taking your time because they were just in an open position. We'll come back to pausing and stretching our legs out in front of us. And we're going to just go in, well, stretching our legs out in front of us, but in a straddle position, as far as your body allows you to straddle. It does not have to be an intensive straddle. Actually, you can't see me as I'm motioning my legs, but you can see Scott. It doesn't have to be so intensive. We do want to flex our feet a little bit. Again, not intensive, but we are going to fold forward just a little bit. Here, if you want to have a pillow in front of you or a couch, or just fold. As in yin, they'll tell you, just go to your edge. Go as far as your body allows you to go and just relax into it. So though we're doing, a yin pose, I want you to relax into it as though it's restorative. Not everything obviously is going to be completely relaxed and melting into the floor, and that's okay. We want to set the muscles up in the mind to start thinking restorative, start thinking of relaxation. But at the same time, just getting this little stretch in the back of the hamstrings, a little stretch across the lower back. And pay attention to what your mind is saying. if it's giving you, if it's replaying the events of the week or the day, giving you a to-do list of what needs to get done, place it on a cloud, place it on a plate next to you, an imaginary plate. Whatever vision that you want to put out there, but take the mind's message and say, I'm going to put you on this cloud. You'll come back to me when I need you. But right now, I need to concentrate. I need to go within. I need to be in peace. And if that doesn't sound like fun, you can always just draw your attention back to your breath. You can count your breath. You can scan your body, checking out all the points. Maybe you're feeling a little opening and your body's leaning forward a little bit more. Maybe your body says, oh, I need to back out a little bit. Honor your body. Relax your jaw. Relax your eyes. Take a nice deep breath in, feeling the belly expanding out. And as you exhale, begin to roll up slowly, one vertebrae. And when you get up to the top, you can take your arms behind you and just lean into them. Relaxing here. Maybe close your eyes if they're not already closed. Just feel how the energy is flowing around your lower back, around your hips. Just checking in. See if there's a flurry of activities going on. So inhale, upright. And we're gonna make our way over to a tabletop position. So you can easy cross-legged if you like and roll over your legs. For me, I just bring my knees behind me and come on over. Bring my knees behind me, bring my legs behind me. Feet and all, not just the knees. Come on over to tabletop. We'll just gently do just a few cat-cows to get the spine moving a little bit. Knees are a little bit beyond your hips, shoulders line up with your wrists, palms flat to the ground, all your knuckle mounds are rooted into the ground here. And as you inhale, we're gonna lift the chin, stick the tailbone tailbone out a little bit. And as you exhale, tuck in the chin, bring the tailbone in and rounding out that back gently and slowly. Being very mindful as you do this at your own breath, but slowly because we're relaxing the muscles. We just want to get a little bit of movement. We'll just do 3 of them. And after the cat round, come back to the neutral tabletop. And you'll want to grab your blankets, pillows, whatever. We're going to go into the restorative pigeon prep, which is the right knee will come forward. The foot will stay behind underneath your bum. But we're going to bring the floor up to you. So we want pillows or blankets, whatever we need. But the right foot will come, the right knee comes forward, foot underneath the bum. Maybe scoot that left knee back. And then with the props, just come on down and relax into this pose. So we're getting a nice stretch around the glutes. You need more pillows? Yeah, put some pillows underneath your chest so you can really relax. Don't be afraid to use props. Props are our best friends in restorative yoga. So for this, with the pigeon prep, we're just getting a nice little stretch along the glute, the IT band of that right leg. There is a gentle stretching going on in the psoas muscle, the left hip side of the body, but not a whole lot. You'll probably feel most of it in the right glute, in the IT band. And as you settle into this pose, just scanning to see how the body is feeling. If there's any pain, let's back out. If being on your knees tonight does not work for you, you can lay down on your back and bring that right knee into the chest or actually up towards the shoulder. You're getting the same benefit. And again, I want you to honor your body. Do what your body's going to allow you to do. But if there's a little discomfort, see about hanging out in there. Relaxing the jaw. I find sometimes in this pose, the jaw kind of gets tightened. So just check in and make sure it's nice and relaxed. The tongue's relaxed and roof on the bottom of your mouth. See that your cheeks are nice and relaxed. No holding tension. We're not squinting our eyes and holding tension in the eyes. Notice where your mind is at. Just scanning the body to see if it's telling you anything. On your next inhale, you'll bring the hands alongside of your chest. Slowly bring yourself up to a tabletop. That means scooting in the left knee, extending the right knee back. Gently, slowly. And then once you're in tabletop, take that right leg straight back behind you, tuck the toes down and lean back into the foot. Nice little stretch in that leg. And then take the right leg, lift it up and drop it on the other side of your left foot. And then look over your left shoulder, just gently bringing a nice little stretch to the right side of the body. We'll lift that right foot up, bring that right knee back to meet the left. And we'll set ourselves up for the other side. So the left knee will be scooting up forward. The foot will stay underneath the bum. Finding whatever props you need to come down and lay on top of so you can relax into this. Finding that right spot, the right amount of poses. And you always have the option if on this side it just doesn't like to be, then it doesn't, your body doesn't like to be on the knee, you can always go onto your back, bring that left knee into the chest, and then pull it off towards the shoulder, the left shoulder, and hold it there. Same pose, just you're on your back. Maybe now you're beginning to feel the right side muscles starting to let go and relax into the ground as the left side is getting that little stretch in the left glutes and the IT band. Maybe you're feeling some energy really flowing through that right side since we've done the pigeon prep on that side. Channels are open, the energy is flowing much fluently. Relaxing the jaw. Scanning your facial muscles to see if they're relaxed. Being mindful if your mind has got you engaged in a conversation. Just bring it back to your breath. You can place that conversation onto a cloud. Say, I'll catch up with you when the class is over with. On your next inhale, we'll bring the hands alongside your chest. And we'll start that little wiggle movement where the left knee is scooting back and the right knee is scooting forward, coming back into tabletop. Just gently, very slowly. You don't really want to engage these big muscles. When you're in tabletop, you can take that left knee, the left leg, straight behind you, tuck the toes, and just lean into that foot. Lean into those toes. Feel that nice stretch in the calf muscle. Nice stretch along the back of the hamstring, back of the knee. And on your next inhale, lifting that left leg up, taking those toes on the other side of the right foot. Dropping them down and looking over the right shoulder. Getting a nice stretch to the left side of the body. Breathing deeply into it. We'll lift that left foot up. Take it back over to the left side, bringing the left knee to meet the right. Then moving the props out of the way. And actually, you can take a seat back on your heels if you like. But we're going to take one of the blankets and we're going to roll it up. Now, what we're going through next is our 3 phases of the blanket, starting with the mountain brook, the fish pose. So depending upon what your back needs, your blanket roll could turn out differently. I like to open the blanket halfway and just roll towards one end. Some people like it a little thicker, some like it a little lower. And we're going to place this at the one top of your mat. Side along the length across your mat, not the length.
On that one?
Yes.
The width?
The width. I know I said length, but I meant width. And then what we'll do is find a way to lay on our back to where the shoulders are on the other side of the blanket. So you may find here you'll need a little pillow for the head or a blanket for your head. See how it feels out. But our shoulders are going to be on the other side of the blanket because we're going to be opening up the upper chest. So we're getting, oh, there you go. Yeah. So we're getting that the top upper back, little back bend here. So in restorative, this is known as mountain brook. In an asana, the yin practice, it's known as fish. And your legs, depending on how your back feels, you may need your knees bent for a while in this pose. Or if they go out straight in this pose, and that feels good. You can do that. You can even do a butterfly if that feels good. Just notice how your back is feeling in any of those. If it doesn't feel good with the legs out straight, try bending the knees. And if having the knees bent, you don't feel like you can really relax into this pose, then bring the soles of the feet together and let the knees fall out. Many different variations. The ultimate goal is to let the muscles let go and relax. However you get there, you get there. That's one thing nice with restorative. I mean, you do a asana practice, you want to hold the poses in the proper format. You want to hold the muscles where they need to be around those bones when you're doing an asana class. In restorative, we just want the muscles to let go and relax. So however that can look for you, it works. That's the goal. Relax your jaw. And in this pose, maybe you can imagine your eyes just sinking into their socket. Relaxing. Maybe as you got into this pose, some of the muscles in your upper back were just nagging at you a little bit. Maybe now they let go and they're relaxing into the floor. On your next inhale, however this works for you, whether it's bringing yourself up to a seated position and moving the blanket down, or if you can do it while you're laying there, move the blanket down to just the middle of the back. So we're not supported bridge yet. We're off the heart center. We're coming down to the middle of the back. Once you've moved that blanket, check in again with how your back feels with the legs out straight. Maybe in this pose, the back doesn't like it so much, so maybe having the knees bent. You can knock the knees into one another, which means taking the feet out to the sides of the mat. Pigeon toe a little bit in and let the knees fall into one another. That helps get the muscles to relax too. Or keep the leg muscles relaxed so you're not holding a lot of muscle energy in those legs. Again, we're going for, the middle of the back. Getting that little arch in the middle of the back of the solar plexus. Or maybe a little bit of the sacral while you're there. And one of the props that we use in restorative that really helps us to let the muscles let go of the energy is an eye pillow or a bandana, or anything you can put over your eyes. Because what that does is it really turns off the senses and it allows your body to just let go. And by I don't mean to completely turn off the senses, but it has an effect where it allows your muscles to not be tensed on what it's hearing or smelling, and just the muscles are able to let go of that tension and relax. And some people can get that just by closing their eyes. Others, they that little added weight to the eyes. Even a bandana across the eyes gives you that little weight, just a comfort to it. Relaxing the jaw. Feeling the ground support you. On your next inhale, bend the knees and place your feet on the floor. And if they're already there, bring your knees and feet to hips distance. And if you can grab a hold of your blanket, what I'm going to ask you to do, see if this works for you. On your next inhale, you're going to press into your heels, lifting your pelvis up, and move that blanket right to your sacrum. Little triangle spot on the back of your pelvis. If the blanket's not cutting it and you have a block and you'd rather put a block there, you're more than welcome to use a block. This is supported bridge. And again, checking in to see what works best for your feet. Well, for your back, but with your legs. Does it feel good with them out straight? Does it feel good with them bent? Does it feel better in butterfly? Relaxing your jaw. And if you have a block underneath your pelvis, so bend the knees, place the feet on the floor. And actually, how about everyone? Bend their knees, place the feet on the floor, using the heels, press into them, lift the pelvis up, slowly, gently. Just move the blanket or the block out from underneath. And coming down to resting, drawing the knees into the chest. Just give yourself a little rock side to side, very slowly, very mindfully. Then we'll come over to one side. And you can use that top hand if you like as you inhale to bring yourself up to a seated position. We're going to move into legs up the wall, though they don't have to be up the wall. We can build a pile of props. You can have a chair close by and drape your knees and your shins over top of the chair. Or you could have a wall. Lots more props, your pillows and blankets.
Use the wall?
Huh?
Don't use the wall?
No, because you're not going to be on camera.
Okay.
There we go. Just allowing yourself to rest into this, whether the legs are up on the chair, on a couch, up the wall, on a bunch of pillows and blankets. Just allow the body to rest into this. So we started off with the energy moving in the hips, getting the connective tissues to open up so the energy flows around the hips. Sometimes it gets stagnant there. And we ended with those blankets down our spine because we're opening up slowly by slowly different parts of our spine. This maybe sometimes throughout the day doesn't get opened. You know, if you're like me, you sit behind a desk all day, my back's not open. And we end with the legs up the wall or the legs up a chair, however you want to, however it looks like for you right now, which is going to allow all that energy we moved around, all the fluid we moved around to now start coming back into the body. If it's the blood, it's going to be cleansed, and then it's going to go back out. If it's the energy that doesn't serve you anymore, a deep exhale could release that energy. There are other ways to release that energy, but you're in restorative right now, so I'll hold that off. Now you can stay in this pose for your Shavasana. But if this pose is not cutting it for you, you can move into whatever pose works as your final resting pose for restorative yoga. We'll begin to deepen our breath. Begin to make small movements by wiggling your fingers and toes. And maybe start circling the wrists and your ankles. Bringing some movement back into the body. We'll inhale our hands overhead, flexing our feet, getting a nice stretch through the front line of the body. And then inhale the knees into the chest and roll over to one side, just coming to rest in a fetal position, allowing the ground to support you. As you bring your attention to your breath, following that inhale as it travels through your body, and follow as that exhale leaves your body. And maybe you can feel where your head is meeting the floor and trace your body along the floor all the way down to your toes. This is just bringing back the awareness to your body. And you can use that top hand if you'd like, and as you're inhaling, press it into the floor to bring yourself up to a comfortable seated position. And whatever that position looks like for you, legs can be out straight, maybe in an easy cross-legged pose. We'll bring our hands to heart position. Hands to prayer position in front of our heart. Reconnecting with any intention you set at the beginning of class. Now reaffirming that blessing you put in the center of your palms. And if you didn't do one in the beginning, you can put one there now if you like. And as we exhale, we will bow, sealing in our practice. Inhale, rising. We'll place our hands on our knees, palms face up, index finger can curl into the thumb. And I think we're going to do a nice release breath here. So inhaling through the nose and exhaling forcefully out the mouth. Letting go of all that energy that doesn't serve you anymore. And we'll end tonight's practice with one Om. Full breath in if you care to join. Namaste. Thank you, everyone.